The night the dead walked, it was a night like no other, shrouded in an eerie silence that hung heavily in the air. The moon, hidden behind a thick veil of ominous clouds, cast a feeble, uncertain glow on the desolate street. As I walked alone, the faint echo of my footsteps on the cobblestone sent shivers down my spine. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, something sinister lurking just beyond the reach of my senses. The wind whispered through the trees, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, grasping at the edges of my imagination. My heart raced, and I quickened my pace, hoping to escape this oppressive atmosphere. I glanced over my shoulder, but the empty street stretched out behind me, devoid of any signs of life. Suddenly, the distant sound of a dog's mournful howl echoed through the night, sending a chill through my bones. I clutched my coat tightly, my breath visible in the frigid air. A feeling of dread settled in, an ominous certainty that the night held secrets darker than the darkest of dreams. As I approached a small, decrepit cemetery, I felt an irresistible pull, as though an invisible hand tugged me toward the rusted gates. My curiosity got the better of me, and I pushed the gate open with a creak that shattered the silence. The graveyard stretched out before me, an ancient and eerie resting place for the departed. Tombstones, cracked and weathered, stood like silent sentinels, guarding their secrets. I wandered deeper into the cemetery, my footsteps muffled by the overgrown grass. Moonlight filtered through the gnarled trees, casting long, ominous shadows that danced along the ground like specters of the past. It was then that I noticed something strange, a dim, flickering light in the distance. My heart pounded as I followed the spectral glow to a mausoleum, its stone facade crumbling with age. The door stood slightly ajar, and the flickering light emanated from within. A cold sweat formed on my brow as I hesitated, my instincts warning me to turn back. But an irresistible curiosity drove me forward. Pushing open the heavy door, I entered the mausoleum, and what I saw within made my blood run cold. Candles lined the walls, their feeble flames casting eerie, dancing shadows. In the center of the room, an open coffin lay empty, its satin lining torn and tattered. Panic welled up within me, for I knew I was no longer alone. A low, guttural moan echoed through the chamber, and I turned slowly to see figures emerging from the shadows. They were the dead, their eyes vacant, their skin pallid and rotting. With each step, they drew closer, their movements agonizingly slow but inexorable. The smell of decay filled the air, and my fear reached a crescendo. My mind raced as I tried to comprehend the impossible. The night had brought the dead to life, and they hungered for something beyond the grave. There was no escape, the room had become my prison. As the ghoulish figures closed in, I knew that this night would be etched in my memory forever, the night the dead walked, and I was their unwitting guest in a macabre feast of horror.